Last Sunday at Mustard Seed, we heard Jesus tell the story of the two sons. The man had two sons, and the one that said he wasn't going to go and help in the field when asked, but relented and did, and the other who immediately said that he would, and then never did. And I use that as a bit of a way into exploring the way various kinds of authority function for us, and the things that we obey and the things we don't feel compelled to respond to. Jesus told that story to the chief priests and the elders at the temple, and they weren't particularly happy with him for telling it, because it did kind of relativize the authority that they held to themselves as something of an absolute. And I've got to say, the next story he tells in the verses that follow in Matthew 21:33 to 46. Okay, Matthew 21:33 to 46 is the next story, and it's a story of the man who sets up a vineyard, a bit of an entrepreneur, sets up a vineyard and then lets it out to tenants who are supposed to work the vineyard and then give the owner a share of the fruits of it, the proceeds, and they decide that they're not going to do that. And it's a very punchy story, and the chief priests and the elders know immediately that Jesus is telling this story against them, because he makes it really clear that God is going to take the kingdom away from those who did not produce the fruit that was intended, expected, appropriate, and he's going to give it to others, the vineyard to others who will produce that fruit. Them's fighting words, let me tell you. But even for those of us who are many centuries after the chief priests and elders in Jerusalem, there is a salutary tale here about bearing in mind the big picture. In fact, the biggest picture of all. It's very easy in our world to tell a myth of being a self-made person, that somehow all that you have earned, and you deserve it, and you've worked hard, and you've paid the price yourself, and it's all a bit of nonsense to be true. I mean, certainly people do work hard, and certainly people do work towards something, but if you use electricity, if your house has reticulated water and the plumbing system, if you're attached to the internet, you are not a self-made person. If you grew up in a community or a family, if you were educated by others, well, we're going to be talking about some of those ideas at Mustard Seed this coming Sunday, and think about what it means to make our contribution and to be humble about it, and not to think that we are self-made. Hey Tommy, how you going, Keely? Yeah, having some good conversations, good people about at Mustard Seed. I'd love you to join us. It's just getting better and better. God bless. See you soon.